Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. On behalf of Holt Construction, welcome to our series, Get to Work on Terminal 8. The strategic programming we have created in partnership with American Airlines to engage, inform, and hire certified MWBEs, LBEs, and members of Queens community interested in working on the JFK Terminal 8 expansion. My name is Chris Asaro, and I serve as president of Holt Construction, a family-owned and operated full-service construction management and general contracting firm. If you have never worked with Holt before, you should know that when it comes to diversity and inclusion, our commitment is built from the top down and from the inside out. We have taken on the JFK Terminal 8 expansion like all of our other projects, and that includes creating a tailored, unique, and comprehensive diversity plan. I'm excited to kick off today's session, and I hope you find the information engaging and informative. On behalf of Holt, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to join us, and I look forward to connecting and working with you. Now it is my pleasure to welcome our project partner and familiar face to this project, Sade Older-Peckin-Lewis, Regional Director of Government and Airport Affairs at American Airlines Terminal 8.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of American Airlines and the John F. Kennedy International Airport Terminal 8 expansion, welcome to today's Get to Work session. My name is Sade Older-Peckin-Lewis, and I serve as the Regional Director of Government Affairs for American Airlines. JFK is getting ready to welcome a new American Airlines Terminal 8. The project will improve the overall customer experience with a total of 70,400 square feet of added space, including 33,000 square feet of public space. Another 57,500 square feet of existing space will be refurbished. To build the new Terminal 8, American Airlines and Holt Construction are committed to engaging, preparing, and hiring certified minority and women-owned business enterprises, MWBEs, local business enterprises, LBEs, and construction workers for this project. This series of programming entitled Get Ready to Work at Terminal 8 has been strategically designed for certified firms and the local community workforce who would like to work on the JFK Terminal 8 expansion. I want to sincerely thank you for taking time out of your busy day to attend today's session. As a small business owner, we know you have a lot on your plate, and we will be respectful of your time today. Today's program is called Finding Opportunities in the Building Trades, Construction Skills. This session will introduce women to opportunities in the buildings trade. Meet the experts from Non-Traditional Employment for Women, also called NEW, the country's leading program for women in the buildings trade. Lean into a conversation from some new graduates and women already on the job site. Now, let's get started with today's session.
Yes, I'd love to have the opportunity to discuss the 4 pre-apprentice and direct entry programs that will be affiliated through the use of a project labor agreement with this project. The Building and Construction Trades Council is affiliated with 4 separate pre-apprentice and direct entry programs. Another program that we've been affiliated with for many, many years, very successful program, is Non-Traditional Employment for Women. And this program is focused solely on advancing the opportunity for women, for females, to enter into the unionized construction industry. It's been a very successful program. The program's been around for a very long time. And there too, it's been thousands of women that have been come into our apprentice programs and are now in the construction industry, working at all levels, from apprentices to journey persons, foremen. It's been a very successful program.
Thank you, Gary, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Santos Rodriguez, and I'm the Director of Community Affairs and Strategic Initiatives for the Building and Construction Trades Council of Greater New York. Today's session, Meet Non-Traditional Employment for Women, NEW. We'll review the country's leading program for women in the building trades. Today, you'll learn more about the program, who it's designed for, and how you enter the programs. I would like to introduce our guest for today's program, Kathleen Cohen, President of Non-Traditional Employment for Women. Welcome, Kathleen.
Thank you, Santos. Great to be here.
It seems like it's been a while having face-to-face. I'm glad to see you today. So we're going to start off with a few questions for everyone. Tell us a little bit about you, What's non-traditional employment for women?
So New, in its 42 years, has been training, supporting, placing, and supporting the alumni of the New York City building trades and beyond. We train about 350 women each year and place them in the building trades apprenticeship programs, place them in the utilities like Con Ed and National Grid. We also place women in facilities maintenance and operations careers, in moving positions, and certainly now in green economy careers as well. Just over the last 10 years alone, we've placed 3,000 women in the building trades.
That's so awesome to see how we continue to grow and expand the footprint for women across, not only in the building trades union sector, but like you said, in other fields also non-traditional to the building trades. Why is New's partnership so important with the New York City building trades?
Key to New and the success of non-traditional employment for women is our partnership with the building trades. Now, many years ago, back in 2006, leaders of the building trades, leaders in New York City, leaders of New and New's board all got together and made sure that the building trades reflected the diversity of our great city. So back then there were direct entry targets for programs like New. That meant that graduates of New's programs, New's successful pre-apprenticeship program, didn't fully skip the line, but they did get a step ahead to enter into the building trades apprenticeship programs, all the apprenticeship programs. Therefore, look at now, jump to now, many years later, so many women have started as carpenters and electricians and as tin knockers and as laborers, and the list goes on as a result of that. Our partnership with the building trades, as you know, Santos, has really strengthened over the many years. We work together to increase that set aside for new graduates into the building trades 2 years ago by 50%. And then even in these trying times, we've seen a lot of opportunities, and we know the opportunities will continue. There's a new PLA with the city where New is named specifically as an answer along with the building trades. There's community hire agreements where we're working to make sure that Black and brown women, the women that New mostly serves, are represented in the building trades, and that'll continue, that 30% of these community hire projects will be worked by the folks that are most affected by the pandemic, the folks in the 53 highest poverty zip codes in New York City, NYCHA residents included in that. So the opportunities continue. We also see the opportunity for the green economy jobs. Trades jobs are green jobs. They always have been, and they will continue to be. And we're really excited by all the opportunities ahead with the new administration at the federal level, with our partners in city and state. There are so many opportunities, and we've seen that come to fruition already, even in this trying year.
Yeah, that's awesome, because as a girl dad, as a father of a daughter, right? It's truly exciting to see that if my daughter would like to follow my footsteps in the construction industry, that there are avenues here for her to excel and exceed within the construction industry. So I applaud the work that New has done and continues to do with us in partnership with us.
Right, it's part of why New exists, right? For women and young girls to understand that they too can do this work. And so in our 42 years, we've focused on that. Particularly in the last few years, we've really increased our Young Women's Initiative to make sure that we're getting out to the community now virtually, partnering with the DOE and other partners to make sure that girls and young women understand that this is a career for them. We still need to do more of that work. That still needs to be a big part of what New does, to get that word out that these are careers for everyone, and to get out the word that these are amazing careers. These are careers with not just equal pay for men and women, but really middle-class, transformative, life-changing pay and wages for not just yourself, but your family. We've seen so many women, a number of single mothers, be able to come through our program, partner with the building trades, get into a an apprenticeship program after our pre-apprenticeship program, and really change their trajectory of not just their lives, but their future as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So what are the benefits of pursuing a career within the unionized construction industry? I mean, you touched a little bit on that regarding to equal pay and benefits, but what else?
Folks come through our pre-apprenticeship program and are placed directly in the trades. Therefore, they have the benefit of benefits along with unionized construction wages. Those wages increase each year, starting in their apprenticeship program. So anywhere from 4 to 6 years, wages increase every year, every 6 months, full benefits for themselves and their family, and they're earning as they learn. So irregardless of what trade they're in, you're in school, now virtually, nights, weekends, during the day, and then also on the job, you're training as an apprentice for those many years with folks that are journey level, that have been through the apprenticeship program, that are helping you learn your trade. You're also part of a unionized family. You're in the sisterhood, you're in the brotherhood, and those benefits are strong as well. What we've seen through that is a number of new graduates that have risen in the ranks of their trade, that are organizers, that are leaders in their union, and also give back to the next generation of tradeswomen.
That's great to see these graduates from the programs excel and move within their industry to a higher level and succeed, right? Who is this program designed for?
Thanks for asking. New is designed for women, transgender, non-binary individuals, and it's open to folks in New York City and beyond as well. Particularly in this virtual environment, we can open our virtual doors even wider, and we've seen the results of that in this past year. People are in need. People are in need for careers. We offer, through our partnership with the building trades, we offer not only careers, but careers that are amazingly fulfilling, changing the skyline of New York City, helping to build New York City, and offer substantial wages and benefits, and really, and protection as well, safety as well.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that we are looking forward in inclusivity for a whole array of people, which is amazing and really thoughtful, and how we really move and raise people together in one community, which is our communities, right? Which I can applaud. Two-part question here. Are there specific educational requirements? What if I'm a graduate? Would New be an opportunity for me to add my understandings of construction and other opportunities?
So to be a new student, you can come to an information session. They're still twice a week. Now they're virtual. You sign up online, new-nyc.org. You call our main number, 212-627-6252. To be in our core program, you need to be 18 or older, but we do have programs that serve as young as 14. You also need a high school diploma or the equivalent, and you need to want this as a career, and then you can go through our process. At New, our students and graduates run the gamut. New students come to us from all walks of life with varying degrees, with varying experience, in construction, out of construction, having never done hands-on before, having done some hands-on work. It truly is a diverse population, and there's opportunities for all. When you enroll in an apprenticeship program, through your relationship with New, oftentimes you get an associate's degree as part of that, which is an amazing opportunity. You're also not having the loans that you would need, and you're also earning while you learn. So it's an amazing opportunity in that way. But we certainly see a number of applicants that have had other careers, have had education in various fields, that continue to excel in the building trades. And many, as I said, go on to be leaders in the trades as well.
What is the program experience like? Well, what's the day-to-day? What's the week-to-week going through the new pre-apprentice program?
Yeah, typically going through news program, you start with a lot of trades math. So we prepare you for the trades math. There's intensive math, tutoring sessions if you need it. We do all of that virtually now. There's also a focus on health and safety and a certificate on health and safety through our partnership with NICOSH at the end of your core training program. There's also a lot of focus on job readiness, getting ready for an interview, getting ready to be placed in the trades, and a lot of learning about what are the various trade opportunities out there and what are the cons of the different trades and what's the right fit for you as an individual. We do hands-on work as well, where when we're in our shops every day, we're doing lifting and carrying. That's a big piece of our program that folks are now doing at home. When we're together, it's a 65-pound compound bucket. You're learning how to lift and carry up and down our stairs. And then you're also learning trades you're also learning trades terms. You're learning how to be a first-year apprentice and do the grunt work. You're really learning what it's like to be on a construction site. And when safety allows for it, we're getting you out on that construction site before that first day of work.
Excellent. Really, really showcasing the dirtiness of the job and the heavy lifting of the jobs that you can encounter, right?
Exactly. Taking away the myths.
Yes. So I know you touched base on this, but just in case anyone missed it, how do you apply for NEW?
So the way you apply is sign up on our website for an information session. We still are holding them virtually twice a week. It's new-nyc.org/enroll and get started.
Does the programs require any fees or expenses for the individual participants?
News programs are free to all participants, thanks to our partnership with a number of supporters at the city level, at the state level, private foundations, and individual donors as well, particularly from our construction real estate community.
So what are some of the courses that news programs? What do folks learn outside of the construction math, the lingo, the terms? Are there other things that I might have missed? Lifting, carrying. How does someone know they're afraid of heights if they've never been on a ladder?
Exactly. So at NEW we have boot camp programs. We have boot camps as part of our Young Women's Initiative. So we have boot camps for 18 to 24-year-olds. We have all age boot camps. That's to get a taste of what it's like to be in our program and out in the trades. At registration for all of our classes, when we're in person, you get up on that ladder, you try your hand at a few things to have an understanding of what it's like to be working in the trades. Our core programs include our blue collar prep program, our New at Night program, which is typically on nights and weekends. And we are starting our green collar prep program as well that has partnerships with Solar One, for example. And then we have advanced training as well. So if you want to be an electrician, you're in that advanced training program after graduating with our core program. If you want to be in Con Ed, if you want to be a sheet metal worker, and the list goes on. So through all of that, you're doing a lot of trades math, you're doing health and safety, you're doing a lot of job readiness, you're doing a lot of hands-on work, and you're partnered with a number of folks in our program department to help you through all of that. And then you become an alumni, and there's a big alumni network and a lot of networking events and leadership development events through NEW.
Excellent. What can someone expect once they complete the program? What's the waiting process in the industry? Today I know it's been a little bit different in the day of COVID. Right. However, what in a typical year, what does someone expect once graduating the program?
In a typical year, we tell folks it's usually about a 3 to 6 month wait. Depends on the trade. Some trades take in less people, some trades take in people less often. So it depends on the trade. And through our programming, we work together on what are the right trade choices for each individual. But typically we say it's about 3 to 6 months.
If I was stuck on a specific trade, let's say I wanted to be a sheet metal person, right? But that opportunity wasn't afforded to me because they weren't hiring or they weren't bringing students in that specific time. Can I switch with you if I wanted to be an electrician or an iron worker per se?
Exactly. It's something that we work with each individual on. We see a lot of times people come to us and they say, I know I want to be a carpenter. And then we have a trade speaker come in, because we have our graduates come in all the time and speak to the class about what it means to be a tin knocker, but also what it means to be a woman in this field. And they hear from someone who's got this fabulous career in a different trade and they say, maybe I want to do that. And that's part of our program, is that you're learning and you're growing throughout the program. And so that changes. And so we're certainly fluid on that in terms of keeping your options open and figuring out what's right for you. And my amazing team helps everyone do that.
So how much time is required of the program, and how do I make time if I had other responsibilities? Maybe I'm taking care of a family member, maybe I have my kids, maybe I'm a single parent, maybe I'm married but my spouse is working at the same time. Like how can I create that time frame to finish the program?
At NEW, our community is paramount. So we have continued over these many years to have a variety of programming. Our New at Night program is an example of that, where pre-COVID, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings, and then a shop day every Saturday for about 8 or 9 weeks. And so we have continued that flexibility in this environment, which is so important now during COVID times. So our programming is flexible in terms of days and hours and time on screen, because we're taking into consideration all the aspects of people's lives, and in particular now, all the aspects of people's lives. A big part of our program is our social services department. And so before someone starts a class with us, if they're accepted to the program, they work with social services. So we make sure that there is childcare available, or if there's childcare resources needed, we help with that. And the list goes on in terms of making sure that folks are prepared before they start the class, and that they're supported throughout the class and then throughout their career.
Well, this has been amazing. I appreciate the time that you've put out to come out today and speak and give your insight on what NEW is, what you provide. Being a graduate of one of the programs, myself being born and raised in Brooklyn, knowing how important this is to me and knowing how important this is to others, I'm excited about this opportunity to be able to work with Holt Construction, American Airlines, the building trades of New York City, along with the pre-apprentice programs and all of our affiliates, to make this actually work and happen, and keep raising the bar for members of our communities, which we fight day in and day out so hard, and keep everyone safe at the same time, right? We didn't touch a lot on safety. You spoke about health and safety, but this is very important to us and how we move the industry and move the needle forward.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's always great spending time with you. NEW is really excited about our strengthened relationship with the building trades and the pre-apprenticeship programs through the ARC, the Apprenticeship Readiness Collective. Really excited to be working with our friends at Holt and American Airlines on this great opportunity, and really excited about all the opportunities and all the ways that the building trades has worked with our city and our state to move things forward, especially during these times, and especially for Black and Brown women.
Well, thank you once again, Kathleen.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kathleen, I have a question for you. Being the president of NEW, why did you choose this path? Why NEW? What was your connection why did you feel that you wanted to pursue pushing this forward?
You know, what I often say is what brought me to New is what keeps me at New. And it really is the stories of women that came through New that were able to not only have a career that they love, working with their hands, something that I often hear they never thought was possible, but really through the wages, the benefits, the advancement opportunities, change the trajectory, not just of their lives, but transform the lives of their family and future generations in a way that they never thought they could, and in a way that I hadn't seen now almost 14 years ago since I've been at New. Before that, one of the programs that I was running was for pregnant and parenting young women, a shelter program, trying to get out and make it on their own. And they were looking for opportunities like this, and they were hard to come by. And so being able to have this opportunity to really change people's lives in this way, and therefore their family lives, and really see people be able to make it in a way that they never thought they could. Those stories are what continue to pull at me, and it's true for all the staff at New.
Well, that's great. I can really feel that. Obviously, as it being personal to us here and to me. So I applaud you. I applaud all the hard work you've done, Kathleen, and the hard work that you continue to do, which I'll go on a limb. It probably gets easier just a little bit, but I know it's still a lot of hard work to get done. So,
well, I got you, and thank you for your very hard work and partnership.
Thank you. And now we're going to hear from some new graduates and participants. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Nora Vega, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, local 157 union carpenter. I was born in Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. I came here around the age of 5. We came here for that American dream, and my mom, as a single mother, did the best that she could to get us through. New introduced me to a lot of women that, honestly, you may see in movies. These women they're strong, they're confident, they are positive, and they're always there to help you. Even if you're a different trade, they'll be like, you're my sister, I'll see you on site. It works on your self-esteem. It works on you seeing a future wider than what we normally are, told we can do. We're stronger than we think. New is always there for me. They've always been there for me. They were there when I didn't even realize that people actually care enough that much, and I'm always here for New because they're legit. They really care about you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Before we start with our panel, I'm going to go through a couple of the projects that we have right now at Terminal 8. The first one is TAA number 2, which is the head house expansion, 30-foot bump out, exterior closure, and interiors, due to be released within the next week. Within this package is HVAC, valued at $500,000 to $750,000. Electrical, first floor scope, valued at $1 to $1.5 million. Painting, valued at $100,000 to $150,000. We also have a finishes package. The total package value is $1.25 to $1.5 million. Within the finishes package are the following trades: millwork, terrazzo, flooring, feature walls, ornamental metal and glass, signage, and toilet partitions. The next package available next week is for TAA number 4, which is the 60-foot B concourse expansion, interior and exterior. Within this package is carpentry, valued at $600,000 to $700,000, HVAC, valued at $700,000 to $600,000, flooring, valued at $100,000 to $125,000, plumbing work, valued at $100,000 to $120,000, painting scope, valued at $40,000 to $60,000. Millwork, valued at $120,000 to $140,000. Glass and glazing, valued at $60,000 to $80,000. Electrical, valued at $300,000 to $500,000. There's also a labor package valued at $150,000 to $250,000. The next project, which is TAA6, C Concourse, gates 31 and 32 upgauge. Anticipated release date is end of Q1 and Q2. Within this project are site civil, valued at $750,000 to $1 million. Piles, valued at $250,000 to $500,000. Concrete, valued at $500,000 to $750,000. Structural steel, valued at $750,000 to $1 million. Masonry, valued at $250,000 to $500,000. Roofing scope, valued at $250,000 to $500,000. Exterior wall panels, valued at $2 to $2.5 million. And a full interiors package valued at $2 to $2.5 million. Within that package are the following scopes of work: carpentry, plumbing, sprinkler, HVAC, electrical, painting and wall coverings, flooring, millwork, ornamental metals and glass, signage, and toilet partitions. And now I'd like to reintroduce the panel to you all. We're bringing back Santos, who's Community Affairs and Strategic Initiatives for the Building and Construction Trades Council of Greater New York. We have Kate, who is the Vice President of Development and Communications at NEW, and Alessandra, who's the Program Assistant at NEW. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to go through a couple of questions that we have. And the first one is going to be, my HVAC wants to hire female-empowered HVAC technicians and an in-house estimator, project managers. We are having a hard time doing this. Can you help us with this? Kate or Alessandra or Santos, who wants to start?
Happy to
Go
jump
ahead,
in. So hello, everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity to share information about non-traditional employment for women, or NEW. We're so happy to be here and share this. And that's a great question. We get that quite a bit about how can NEW help you once we've made a partnership with you and wanted to work through getting women the tradeswomen hours that they deserve. So it's very simple. Please just call our offices. The best line to call is 646-257-5097, and I'll put that in the chat. And what we'll do is that you explain to us that you have this intention, you have this goal, you're meeting a wall. Well, we can work with you because we have connections with all of the apprenticeships and all of the unions, and we can help you work through that. So that's one of the big things that we do here at NEW, is working with the building and construction trades with our direct entry status, and really making sure that we're making these connections and getting those, most importantly, placements.
Great, thanks, Kate. Go ahead, Santos.
Really quick, just Kate hit on it right away. And the next portion of that is also contacting the local directly, like local 28 sheet metal workers, and they will be able to help facilitate women within their ranks also to put forward if that connection isn't there. So there's multiple ways to get there, but yes, more than happy.
Great. The next question is, what are the trades? Can you give some examples or list of trades?
So yeah, we cover everyone from the carpenters, we represent the iron workers, the tile, marble, and terrazzo, the electricians, insulators, boiler makers. We have the steam fitters, the plumbers, right? I don't know if I mentioned them already. So there's the bricklayers. There's an array of trades people that come together to produce a building. So I mean, I put in the chat or in one of the questions, I'll put our link to all our affiliates. That whole list is there as well.
That's great. And then for Kate and Alessandra, are there any trades that are better for women or women like better? Have you seen any of those trends?
So as Kathleen mentioned during her conversation with Santos, there's of course, everybody has their preference, their own personal choices to make. But we find that all of the union apprenticeships are valid career choices for women, and which is why we so strongly support that type of relationship. In terms of our placements last year, I can tell you just anecdotally that our top 3 placements trades were local 3 electricians, the carpenters, and laborers. But we also work with a plethora of other trades, many of those that Santos just named, and which we're also making placements into their apprenticeship programs throughout the year as well.
That's great. How long does the new program take?
I'm happy to hand that over to Alessandra for that one.
Yes. So our hybrid program now, due to COVID-19, we are doing 7 to 9 weeks virtually. So anything that can be a virtual workshop where they're having a licensed instructor, where the math programs, all of our many social services workshops, all of our workshops are done virtually. And then we have about 1 to 2 weeks in the shop where they have the hands-on training. But of course, we are trying to implement all the CDC guidelines for COVID-19. So we do have an alternative schedule. So one group would come in, making sure that there's only the fewest amount of people in the shop. That way they can maintain 6 feet apart distance between each other and the instructor, have sanitizing stations, any protective equipment such as face masks and gloves, that we have as many supplies as possible. So in a short answer, 9 to 11, given our COVID hybrid program.
Okay. And Alessandra, if you could say, how do you find the programs working through COVID? Because I know that this time is so different, and we all like to be in class and learning, up close and personal. How do you find it working through COVID, being virtual?
Well, it has been difficult, mostly in terms of many of the students that come in. We are trying to give them access to the internet, access to any kind of devices that will enable them to participate in the workshops. However, we allow people to start their application as whenever they can. We're very flexible because there are several parts of our application. They join us for a virtual info session for about 45 to 60 minutes. They do our entrance exam on another day that's also virtual, a virtual entrance interview, and a virtual social services intake appointment. So as long as they're capable of participating virtually, it's been quite fine. That's just that would be the only difficulty, getting more people to apply. But we're kind of seeing the similar trends where winter, there's always a drop off. Not as many people are coming to info sessions, but we're still going in strong. We're still having full classes, full rosters for day program, night program, our new green collar prep program, the GCP program. Full rosters are coming in and people are succeeding, and we are sending some more graduates, and we're all trying to keep people in the shop as safely as possible. So although it was a challenge in the beginning, we're starting to really stretch our limbs out, and it seems to be working well. And we're happy to learn new ways of enabling students for success. But right now, like every other business or virtual environment, we've been doing quite well, and we're always here to accommodate as many people as we need to.
And if I can interject, Alessandra's being modest. Her and her team have been working really, really hard to get people into the shop and into the classrooms. Our information sessions are through the roof, because now more than ever, people need workforce development organizations like Non-Traditional Employment for Women, as well as our partners in the ARC. So they're reaching out to us. We're upwards into the thousands now of people for information sessions. And as Ali mentioned, we're at capacity for all of our core programming. So all of our classes are full. So, yeah. And that's due to the hard work of her team. So.
Thank you. And I also should mention, I believe part of your question is how are the students doing outside of our program? As COVID-19 has shown, essential workers seem to be a different definition for many of us. So many people have been in one traditionally female-dominated space. They're now looking into alternatives of things that they can use their skills for, something that was usually not for them, quote unquote. So they are getting more, they're expanding their options, they're expanding their career paths, and they're their path is leading them towards us. And we are also a lifetime support system, as Kathleen mentioned in the video earlier, that there are graduates who may have gotten laid off in the beginning of the pandemic. They come back to us and we try to get them back onto the site. And although COVID-19 has caused more restrictions, it's just more about safety. So anybody going back into the field that we're helping get back in the field, they're on the stringent, what's it called, guidelines to promote their health and safety, because they're entitled to a safe work environment. So when they're coming in with the guidelines, very few people trades are allowed up site at the same time. So to enable, a virtually COVID-free work environment.
That's great. Santos, I'm going to give you part of this one, and then I'm going to have Kate or Alessandra answer for new as well. But what type of education do you need to enroll in these programs?
So to enroll in the programs, at least to get into an apprenticeship program, right, you have to have a minimum requirement of a high school diploma or a GED or its equivalency. That's the minimum requirement. You don't need any certification. You don't need any OSHA. All that gets taken care of. If not by one of the programs, which some do offer that, it gets handled by the apprentice programs. We train our apprentices to the trade that they specifically want to go into. So you don't have to go, if you know a little bit of carpentry, right? Doesn't mean you can't roll into DC9s, painters and wallpaper hangers and such. They will train you for that forefront and give you all your certs within our programs that may go for anywhere from 3 years to 4 to even 5-year programs. And some can actually graduate with an associate's out of those apprenticeship programs. This is above and beyond the pre-apprenticeship programs, right?
That's great. Kate, do you want to answer for new?
Sure. So in terms of career growth, the reason that we are working directly with the apprenticeship programs and that we're a direct entry pre-apprenticeship program is because we know that there is career growth within the unions. We know that there is time on hand to grow from being an apprentice all the way up to a journey level to get from that status of being underemployed and unemployed to the middle class. So that's really important to us, that we see not only the support that you receive from the unions in terms of your career growth, but that you're getting fair and sometimes better wages than you would get in other positions. And then also that there's a pension there, a way to support your family through healthcare and benefits. So it's really important, this relationship that we have here, plus projects that we have with Holt, with these construction companies in the city that make it important to work with us, because that's giving us longevity for our tradespeople, for our tradeswomen. Giving them those hours means giving them that wealth that they need to get to the middle class.
That's great. The next question is, are there opportunities in Queens? So I think they're looking at, if they live in Queens, how do they become a part of new or building trades? Is there something close to the Queens area, or is it virtual? How do you do that?
So I'll speak on behalf of the building trades and the apprentice programs. So like 95% of our apprentice programs are within Queens. They fall in Long Island City and Astoria. So yes, the opportunities are in Queens, but we're open to a citywide, right? We represent the 5 boroughs. In fairness to everyone, our locals also represent the 5 boroughs. Some represent a little bit further, Long Island and New Jersey. But for the purposes of this conversation, all our training happens within almost Queens, Astoria, and Long Island City. You have the laborers in Long Island City. You have the iron workers in Astoria. You have insulators, the plumbers, the steam fitters are all within the Long Island City region. The carpenters are in Manhattan, actually. So it's there. The programs are there, and yes, you have opportunity within Queens.
Great. Next question is, can I get a copy of the positions that are currently or becoming available? Is that something on a website? How do people access that information?
So you can go to our websites, right? You can go to news website. They have all their information there, the same as construction skills and the other programs, P2A and helmets to hard hats. the Department of Labor has their website. They have an open recruitment. When the unions give out applications as well, right? There is a process that you can pick up an application that way. So through the Department of Labor website, you can search apprentice opportunities in New York City, scroll down to New York, and they'll have a list of who's giving out applications at any given time as well.
Great. Kate and Alessandra, the last question is for you. How does someone apply for the new program?
Sure. So of course you can go straight to our website and start the process there by signing up for an info session. And then you get to meet Alessandra, who hosts the info session, who goes through the application process. She's just going to give you a brief step-by-step of what you'll learn there and what kind of experience you'll have.
Right. I put the link in the chat. It's new-nyc.org/enroll. You just ask for your first and last name, current address, email address, and your phone number. That way we can reach you, and you'll automatically receive a confirmation saying the time and date of the info session. We are available Monday nights at 6 p.m. and Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. So anybody can pick which one they prefer. It would be about 45 to 60 minutes of a virtual info session over Zoom, like this little webinar we have. After that, you would have the opportunity to register for our entrance exam, which is held every Thursday from 9 to 11. And then once you pass, we ask that everybody pass at a 7th grade level or higher for reading comprehension and mathematics. Once you pass that exam, we offer you the opportunity to do an entrance interview with our coordinators, such as myself. And then after that, because we are one of the few places that have social services on site, we ask all candidates to just give us like any kind of information they think we should know about, because we want to make sure and enable you to not just join our program, but to stay in our program and then to stay in that field that we're trying to get you in. So social services are there to ask about maybe housing appointments that you might need to take care of, any assistance for any application for public assistance of anything kind like that, like SNAP benefits, cash assistance, Medicaid or Medicare referrals, anything like domestic violence, crisis interventions, mental health referrals, things of that nature. So we're here to help all of our applicants stay in the program, succeed in the program, and also, again, as we said before, a lifetime support once they're in the union of their choice.
Great. One more question just came in, last one. Are there any, if you don't have your GED yet, are there any resources that you could recommend for someone who needs to get their GED, some assistance in that?
Oh, certainly. That's one of the many things our social services are able to help with. You can go through the application, but then when you hit to the intake and they say you don't have your high school diploma just yet, they will refer you to one of the many partnerships we have that have free GET or high school equivalent programs where anybody can join and enroll and earn their high school equivalent. And also just to mention, if you happen to have anybody in the attending who don't have a high school diploma or transcript from America, like they came much later in life, if you go to the embassy of their original country, they would get it translated and approved and stamped just to affirm that is a legitimate document. So for instance, like my family of origins from Jordan, I would go to the Jordanian embassy that's in New York City, email them or call them, and they'd probably give it to me within six to 8 weeks, either faxing or mail it.
That's great. One more question, and I finally got a question, so everyone can take a break. Are there any green energy opportunities available for the T8 project? At this time, not yet, but if you send an email to jfkt8@holtcc.com, you can ask that question there, and the team from Terminal 8 will pick up your email and give you a quick response. And that email address is in the chat. So I wanted to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Santos. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Alessandra. You know, I did cry from the video. It always makes me cry. Just, you know, everything that you guys all do is just wonderful to me. It's wonderful to American Airlines and Holt. And Santos, thank you for all of your outreach that you do for the building trades. It's just amazing how you help people get jobs in construction, and it's great. So thank you, all of you. And I just want to welcome everyone. Next week, we're going to be talking about OSIPs. We'll have the representative from the OSIP policy that we have on the Terminal 8 project So I welcome all of you to join us again next Friday at 12 o'clock. Ask your questions. I know that working under an OSIP can be confusing. It took me a long time to understand that. So if you want to join and have questions, please join us next week. And thank you again, and have a great weekend. Thank you all.
You as well. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Enjoy.